Joining us, Christian, a second MG Cup Final. Just how great was it to reach the final once again, and what's your expectations for it?
I think it's an interesting cup competition. At the early stage, I think it becomes a bit of a hindrance for some teams. However, we've always treated it that we want to get to a final. It's a great opportunity to get some silverware, and that's how we treated last season, and we've treated this season. I think in that respect, we've got the rewards for doing that, and it's great. Any senior cup final is a fantastic opportunity for all clubs, and I think if you speak to the teams who are not in the competition now, I think they would relish the chance of playing the cup final on Saturday.
Just in terms of the opposition, Cambrian Clydach, they've taken 4 Welsh Premier League teams in this cup. Do you perhaps view yourselves as favourites at all, or do you reckon there's an even playing field at the moment?
I think I'll leave the general public and you guys to work out the favourites tag. But what we've got for Canberra is absolute utmost respect. What they've done this season, the competition has been phenomenal, and they've been great for their community and for the competition itself. So we've got the utmost respect for them. We've treated this game like we treat every other Welsh Premier League game, with 100% respect. We've had them watched, and we've got nothing but admiration for them, and we're looking forward to locking horns. We know 1 or 2 of their players, we know 1 or 2 of their coaches, so it's going to hopefully be a good occasion.
You narrowly missed out on the top 6. You've had a good set of results, beating Barry, beating Bala, who are in the top 6. Do you think perhaps this cup competition perhaps can give you a bit of a springboard, perhaps going into phase 2 as well?
Yeah, the momentum's key in any sport, and we've had that those 3 games where we've scored 9, conceded and none, and done very well. But for us, it's been a great achievement so far this season. We didn't anticipate the injuries. We brought young players in that we probably didn't expect to play as much as they did, and they've come in, and to get really 21, 22 points with the youngsters that we've had only bodes well for us for the next season, the season after. Now the senior players have come back into fitness, and they've got the 30 points that we asked for at the start of the season. I think that's every Welsh Premier League's target, is to get to 30 points. We did it, and unfortunately this season it wasn't enough. But hopefully, yes, winning those last 3 games gives a springboard into the weekend, and then going on towards the rest of the season.
A few of your senior players have mentioned as well that Cardiff Metropolitan haven't won a senior trophy. So in terms of if Cardiff Metropolitan were to win the competition, just what would it mean for you, considering the time here where you've seen such a transformation at the club?
Yeah, the transformation has been fantastic, both implicitly and explicitly, off the pitch with development, growth of younger players, growth of our academy, and then seeing the development on the pitch. And lest we forget that we're involved in more than 1 competition every year. The players have won the British University Championships twice, which is a huge honour within university sports. They know what it's like to win finals, and we have, as you rightly say, been in finals, and we've just come up a little bit short. But we have that experience. We've had the experience of losing. We know what it's like to lose, but we also know what it's like to win. And at the weekend, if we can put that experience to fruition and make sure that we come up with a positive result.
And just looking at the final itself, it's an all South Walian final. It's not that far. Just what are you expecting from it in terms of the crowd, and just in terms of the whole affair, because of yourselves being a Welsh Premier League team and then being a Division 1 team? Just what are your expectations from it?
Yeah, I think the way the draw panned out was the fact that the league, I think, were hoping for a TNS Connors Key final, a showpiece final, and it didn't materialise that way. So to have two clubs that are relatively small in stature, but huge on enthusiasm, endeavour, I think it will be a fantastic final. You hear the reported stories of how many tickets that Cambrian have sold, and that's brilliant. That can only add to the atmosphere of the occasion. And we've sold our fair share of tickets. All of our academy parents and players are coming, and the players' parents will be at the game. So I'm sure it's going to be a fantastic occasion. It was last year when we lost, and yeah, it'll just be a great occasion for our younger players to experience what it's like to be a cup final, for our senior players to keep on building towards winning football matches. And whilst we must treat it as just another game, we also accept it's not just another game, it's a cup final, but it's just 3 points that we look for, and if we get those 3 points, we win the cup, and then we look ahead for the week after. But really, as we go tonight, Thursday night in training, it's all focused on a very good and very enthusiastic Cambrian side.
And just in terms of what your playing career was, in terms of winning the cup as a manager, you've obviously won the university leagues, but in terms of on your resume of a Welsh Premier League trophy, Nathaniel MG Cup trophy, just what would that mean for your managerial career?
I don't think it's about me. It's not about my managerial career. I enjoy what I do. I know the other coaches enjoy what they do. It's about watching these young men develop from 18-year-olds into 25-year-olds, and the journey and the path they've been on. I think this trophy is vitally important. Likewise, winning Division 3 trophy back in 2013 up at Abertillery Bluebirds away. What an important night that was for the football club. That was probably the start, the beginning, and we don't want Saturday to be the end. We want Saturday to keep on going. We want that destination, wherever that may be, to arrive somewhere at some date, but we're looking forward to the occasion, and so may it be a prosperous one for ourselves.